Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a show called Excellent Connection, where we play the great songs of the early to mid 20th century, piano bar style. We will soon be joined by my co-host, Mr. Sanchez, if the traffic doesn't get stuck in traffic. He's also my IT engineer. I see a blurry picture. But at least I see a picture. It says Excellent Connection. Oh yeah, yeah. My name's Howard. I will be your tour guide of the Great American Songbook for the next 5 minutes. Today is April 22nd, 2021. Fabulous day and a fabulous year and a fabulous decade. Back, and Mr. Sanchez is with us. Now on my feedback monitor watching YouTube, the picture's real fuzzy, but it's telling me Excellent Connection. How's the picture look to you? Is it full high res? Hopefully we're transmitting from the res, the 1080p res. Oh, great, okay. Hello, together. Welcome, Chris Durham. It's great to have you here, sir. Chris Durham Music Channel is joining Lounge Academy this evening. He's slumming it. Alone together, beyond the crowd, above the world. We're not too proud to cling together. We're strong as long as we're together. Alone together. The blinding rain, the starless nights were not in vain, for we're together. What is there to fear together? I see, deep as the sea, something like that. Our love is as great as a love can be. Great unknown, if we're alone together. Dietz and Schwartz. That's right, Mr. Durham. He knows it's hard to get one past Mr. Durham. He's been in show business a long time. He's what they call in the industry an old pro, which defies his young age. But he got started in vaudeville as a small child, before there were laws against that kind of thing. They used to juggle him. That's why he can play music in any position, up or down. It's just like breathing in and out. Am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in these eyes telling you? Am I blue? You'd be too, if each plan with your man done fell through. There was a time I was the only one, but now I'm the sad and lonely one. Lordy, was I gay till today? Now she's gone and we're through. Am I blue? Are you really, Mr. Durham? Well, you're still a young man. I'm 65. I know it's hard to tell because of all the plastic surgery I've had. I've got one of those show business medical insurance policies. Guy comes and checks on me every morning. Brings a crazy glue along and a little baking soda. Fills in the cracks. I feel really great today. You know, I broke in a new dentist today. Every year I have a different health insurance policy. Speaking of health, I don't know why. And because I turned 65, so they made me. It's the law. So my dentist right next door here, right next to the mansion, literally like 3 doors down on the next block, because buildings are big here. They were so convenient and so nice, but I had to leave them once again for another in-network. So I found, over the years I've had many different methodologies for choosing professionals to work for me, including dentists. And this time, the last few times, I've gone by propinquity. You know what that is? Propinquity. That's how I pick who I'm going to have as my closest professionals to me, like a dentist. I pick the closest one to me. Now, that's how I got the one here that I can't go to anymore. But I got a great dentist today, and it had propinquity to my shop, my car shop and hangout, which is part of the LoungeACADEMY campus. And it's right real close by. And they're very nice. They did a great job. Amazing. Every time I go to something like that, a dentist, they've got more high-tech stuff that I've never seen before. I mean, the technology is moving so quickly. It's unbelievable. I was waiting for Elon Musk to walk in. But I'll tell you what, my dentist certainly was not Elon Musk. And they look younger all the time, right? A young woman came in as the doctor to do the follow-up. I swear she was like 9 years old and like a genius. You could tell. She was just sharp as a tack. Really knew her stuff, but it's weird, isn't it? Remember when the cops started being younger than you, Mr. Durham? It just doesn't stop. It's nice though, because they forgive you for being a little nutty. When I was younger, nobody would forgive me for being a little nutty. Now they dig it. If you wait long enough, everything comes around and it becomes in style. Yeah. Which is the world's longest introduction into a song that discusses the passage of time. That's a word I pull out every once a decade, and nobody knows what it means. And they're always impressed. It's the only big word I know. You must remember this. It means geographic nearness is I believe it basically means propinquity. You must remember this. A propinquity is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say, I love you. I think they do. They text it. And that you can rely. No matter what the future brings, as time goes by. Moonlight and warm songs, never out of date. Heart full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. No man can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. Welcome lovers as time goes by. As time goes by. Herman Hupfeld. Who's going to replace Herman Hupfeld? Nobody. It's all on our shoulders. I'm really excited. You know why I'm so happy today? Because I got my fix. I got my drug fix of getting new parts for my International Scout in the mail today. And I fondled them. I took the new shock absorbers and I made them extend. I pulled them out and then I pushed them back in again. And you can push them back in and they stay that way because they're the old-fashioned hydraulic old school shocks that are not pressurized. Oh man, Mr. Sanchez, your vehicle is still not running? This is horrible. last we left off, you said it starts and then it doesn't run. You know, I had one that did that. And you know what it was? It was sensing low oil pressure. See, there's an override. When you start the car, obviously there's no oil pressure. So it overrides it and starts it even though there's no oil pressure. Then when I would let go of the key, it would stop running. And it turned out there was an oil pressure sensor that goes to a relay with all the relays under the hood in that little plastic box. And that's what one of them was for, and it was to protect the engine in case you're driving along and the oil pressure drops. So I actually never fixed it because the car had other issues, and I wound up tripping over it for a while and then junking it. It was very rusty and stuff. It's sad. It's sad when a car reaches that point, when it goes to car hospice. And but anyway, I diagnosed it, and that was the problem. Now, I never really found out if it was really low oil pressure in the engine or if it was just a faulty sensor that was giving that indication. I never had a chance to put an oil pressure gauge on it. If it happened now, I would. I'm a much more sophisticated mechanic now. Ever since I opened up a pro shop, you know, I actually own a licensed auto repair, New York State licensed vehicle repair shop, which made me instantly smart. I instantly knew more about fixing cars when I did that. I retired. I did it for a year. It's still open, but I'm not taking any new patients. But when I work on my cars now I'm using it to, I got enough work on my own cars for a long time. I notice I'm like much better now because I'm registered. I'm great now. I could tackle all kinds of things. I got to practice on all my customers' cars. Yeah, okay. But, you know, check, will it run as long as the key is on? I know that's like not the greatest thing for the starter, but will it keep running as long as you hold the starter going? See if it does, because if it does, it's not the fuel pump. Let me know how you make out with that. We do standards, we do auto repair. That's why so many people tune into this show every night. Some of them don't give a damn about music, they just want to fix their cars. Oh, you checked it? Oh, very good, good troubleshooting. Hooked a battery up to it. Very good, Mr. Sanchez. You know, those fuel pumps are, I learned a lesson recently about fuel pumps in modern cars. Because I bought a fuel injection tester machine. It's really neat. I just liked it because it looked like you're in the Frankenstein movie. It's got all these bubbling glass columns. And you put the fuel injectors and it squirts the gas down, and so it's got a gas pump in there, and naturally I immediately destroyed it by running the wrong kind of ill-advised chemicals and stuff and leaving them in there, including water-based stuff. So I went to use the thing again the next time, and of course the fuel pump was dead. So I tore into it And I took it out, and there were little numbers on the fuel pump. So I ran the numbers on Google, and it was some kind of generic little pump, and that's used in a bunch of things. And I bought a new one for like 15 bucks, and they shipped it to me, and I fixed it. So while I was at it, I was looking at, the way these fuel pumps work. They charge hundreds of dollars often for a fuel pump. And I see, dirty fuel filter could have killed it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my ZR1 has 2 fuel pumps, my Corvette ZR1. Because when I was doing a full diagnostic checkup on it, I had to be aware that just because hooking a fuel pressure valve to the fuel pressure gauge to the Schrader valve on the fuel rail, just getting pressure didn't mean both pumps were going, and there was a way to determine that, so I did. They had separate fuses for each pump. But anyway, I'll bet you most of these like hundreds of dollars costing fuel pumps for specific cars can be hacked, and you could just take out the actual filter, not the filter, the actual pump, just the $15 generic pump, and replace it and put it all back together, and not have to buy the expensive, OEM fuel pump, which has the whole assembly, and sometimes it's got the floats for the fuel levels and things like that. It's always good to go cheap. After you read the reviews, of course. If everybody says it sucks, then you get the next cheapest one. Anyway, some of my bushings came in. I got half of the bushings that I need came in for my springs, for my leaf springs. And my knuckle wipers came in. So I could take apart the steering and replace the wiper felts and then repack everything in there. Everything is like totally depreciated. And the shocks came in. So it's very exciting. It's really going to be all these parts have been shot ever since I bought the thing 15 years ago. But being an international scout, you really don't have to fix it. It just works great even if it's broken and worn out. But I decided to fix everything. The Touareg fuel pump issue. It'll take me all day just to spell that right. It's a known issue, sounds like. Well, you know what? You're going to fix that thing. I've got confidence in you, Mr. Sanchez. First of all, musicians are good at fixing their cars. You know why? Because they've got patience, and they know some things are worth it and take a long time. And when you get that thing running, we're going to hear you all the way in Buffalo. You're going to be going... At last, my car has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Blue. heart was wrapped in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I can speak to, dream that I can call my own. I learned a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill I've never known. You smiled, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. Well, that's how you see, but either way, as a musician, you know how to get things done. You get someone to do it, some groupie to do it for you. Ooh. Okay, I'm being good. I got a whole bunch of jokes that I could have told even like months ago, but the reins of humor are getting tighter and tighter to where one must masticate every word thoroughly before spewing it forth. I probably just got in trouble again trying to explain it. You got to watch every word. No, you're going to get it, Mr. Sanchez. I know it. If it takes forever. That's how it is, man. None of these jobs are easy. You know, I have had jobs that have taken, literally spanned several decades. I'm not exaggerating. Actually, some have spanned more than several decades. All right, well, we'll leave it at Blazing Saddles, and we'll see everybody. Now, I'm sure I will not be doing the show tomorrow evening. It's Friday evening, and I'm back to my routine, happily, of performing at the historic Statler Hotel, downtown Buffalo, 107 Delaware Avenue, and probably will not be live streaming because I really didn't set up to do that yet. But who knows? Maybe we'll get a stream going with the camera if I'm not too busy juggling things. Might take a few weeks to get settled in. I've changed it up a little bit. So thank you, Mr. Durham. Well, you guys are on Facebook, so you've seen the pictures. What a beautiful place that is. The lobby, it's just chandeliers and marble. It's amazing. And then there's me. Go figure. Good night, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you. If not tomorrow, hopefully the next day, and we'll be looking forward to your reports.